open to us now. We go into space.
I've been holding my action. It's time to go.
And hello, everyone. We're live. We are the Dicks in the Dark. And this is our game, Up, and Away, Nova Destiny. It's a Dungeons and Dragons game in space. And if you're new here, which of course you're new here, because everybody's new here, subscribe to our channel. Hit the like button if you like Dungeons and Dragons stuff, because that's what we're doing right now. I'm DM Steve, and we have Garrett here, all the way over on the left.
Hello.
Then there's Dungeon Dan.
Hey, what's up, guys?
We also have Cameron, of course.
How's it going?
And then Harro
Hey, yo.
and Jay. They're actually in the wrong order.
Yep.
But that's okay. That's okay. It doesn't matter because you guys aren't on
That
camera anyway.
was
So-
10 years ago.
And the text, plus the text is small and Steve's getting old.
Yes, the text is small and I am getting old.
And,
So
and there's zombies and bombs
it's hard
from
to
Russia.
read
Yeah.
all this stuff. So anyway, we are playing our Dungeons and Dragons game. Nova Destiny. Last time on Nova Destiny, the racers, they finished their interviews and went up into the racer city, this circular city, where they have been exploring, basically. There are various places here. Let me go over here so that anyone can see. They've got to do this race, but tonight they're in Racer City. And of course, Anya and Sid are down on the moon. And we come to Solus, who is at Gigi's at the Luxi. He has found himself in a place of interest to him because there's a little arena, the Thunder Ocho, on the second floor of Gigi's, and he has sat himself down to enjoy some fisticuffs for entertainment, some violence for entertainment. And you've watched a couple of fights. It seems that the people here, some of them seem like they have legitimate beefs, and this is how they're settling it. Some of the fights seem like they're pre-set up fights, and some fights seem like they're racers who specifically got into conflict so that they could come here and fight. And of course, there's like betting on all these fights and everything. The seats are filled, and Solus is kind of just hanging out. Midway through one of the fights, somebody kind of scoots in next to Solus, and she's kind of like walks
Gothics,
in.
by the way.
What's that?
Gothics, by the way.
Gothics.
Same
Oh, super special.
Again,
It is Gothics in there.
the text is small and Steve is getting
Wait, Solus is outside the hotel, right? He's over here.
Yeah, Solus scoping people out.
Gotcha. So Guthix is checking out this fight.
Oh, by the way, before we go too far,
Hmm.
we've almost forgotten.
Oh, the
Oh,
Almost
vibe.
forgotten.
All right, we
We need
almost
it.
did forget.
We almost forgot.
Uh,
44.
right.
Not too bad.
We need to we need to start a contest. We need to start a contest where everybody in the chat, all 0 people who are in the chat on YouTube right now, guess the
Guess.
vibe,
Mm.
and whoever guesses the vibe gets their name on screen for the next the next time we play.
Yeah, we should have an illegal lottery on YouTube where we have
All right.
people guess the vibe.
What?
Oh, we send the money.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I'm not sending nobody money. I
I'm
ain't
not
got
gonna
no
spend
money to
any
send
money.
nobody money.
It's gonna be a fake lottery.
We'll give them an NFT that we've created.
No,
Of a,
no, no. They can get these galactic credits that
Mhm.
Yes,
that
galactic
our
credits.
our
True.
characters can give
We
them
we can make it.
galactic credits.
I can create like a cryptocurrency for us.
Which, by the way, did you see my post in the chat about the little handheld devices that your
Yeah.
characters have now? I thought it would be a
Yes.
good idea to give you some information on these handheld computers so that you kind of have an idea of what they do, their scope. So they weren't just this nebulous item that you had. And obviously, there are things that your characters themselves are going to have to figure out, but at least they're defined in a very basic way. So a woman kind of scoots in around Guthix as he's sitting watching these combatants, and she sits down, and immediately Guthix smells a familiar odor, a fragrance.
Dude, has she not showered in like since the last time we saw her?
And Gigi sits down next to Guthix. Remember, she has that
She has like a pheromone thing.
that pheromone thing. Yeah, remember people were like falling in love with her
Yeah.
and that kind of thing when you're close. She's got this weird pheromone thing going on. So she sits down next to Guthix, and she kind of leans in because it's loud, and she says, "What are you doing here?"
Ah, hello, GG. It is lovely to see you again. We have, the crew and I have entered the race, and we are here to prepare. I thought it was interesting that you had an establishment here, so I thought I'd come and drop by and say hello.
Yes, I guess I failed to mention that I have places in, well, all over the sector. But there's something more pressing that we might need to talk about. Do you have a moment?
Of course.
Gigi takes Guthix out of the arena area and up an elevator to her private office.
Woohoo! Gothic's gonna get some.
As you're riding up the elevator, she says, "Guthix, where's everyone else?"
Me and Taco, 1 second.
Ah, taco.
Guthic's gonna eat that taco here in a little bit.
That'll do.
Let's see. Uh, I'm gonna scroll back to my team here. Actually, I don't think anyone talked about where they were separately going. I think everyone just kind of split up
Yeah, that's pretty much
haphazardly.
true as far as I recall it.
Well, oh, everyone's here and there around the little town we have here. I'm not entirely sure where anyone is at a specific moment. Should
Hmm.
we find them and all get them together?
Well, something is happening, Gothics. I just received word that
Swear to God, it fucking starts snowing.
the a Sen fleet had entered the Sharahin system. It seems like they have a large fleet attempting to take or secure their borders farther. Meaning Sharhin, where Crater City is, it's
About to be
in
taken.
kind of a nebulous area where it's a buffer zone. But the Sin have been trying to increase their power and their borders. So it's something that I thought that you and your friends should know.
I see. That is very good information to know. Thank you, GG.
Of course. How do you think your chances are?
In the race?
Mm-hmm.
Hard to say. I was trying to get a little bit of a scope, but there are so many different walks of life here that ooh, we would have to get lucky, I think. But
Hmm.
we also have the Baron, who we're dealing with. His biomechs have also entered the race, and in fact made contact with us as soon as we arrived outside of the planet.
Oh yes, I'm aware the Baron is here. I've taken extra precautions. He wants me dead as well, you know. Probably even more so than, well, than you.
All of us, yes.
Hmm.
If there's anything we can do to help, of course, but I'm sure you have far more resources and paths of action, to put it.
True. It's starting to get late, and the race is in the morning. Is there anything else you're going to do?
Hmm. Well, this is the first place I've been to. I'll probably take a look around a little more, see if there's any supplies or anything that would be helpful that pops to mind. But other than that, probably just looking to reconvene with everyone, get some good sleep.
All right then. Well, have a good evening, and good luck on the race tomorrow. Tell everyone
Thank you.
else, if you see them, what I said.
I will relay the message. So Guthix goes ahead and goes back down the elevator, leaves GG's, and where would he go next?
Where will Guthix go next?
I think he will start walking this way, and he's going to peer into Motor Roder Roder Roo. Um,
Motorotarotaroo.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it seems that in Motorotarotaroo, there's a lot of music coming from Thiwar and Ren were headed up to see Jake, right?
Yes.
Isn't that
Mm,
where they left off? They were going up to the penthouse to see
Yep.
Jake Tungsten.
That's what I remember.
All right. So Thiwar and Ren headed up the lift. They get to the floor above them, the 14th floor, the penthouse, and as the doors of the lift open and Thiwar and Ren walk off the elevator into the hall area, there are two people waiting outside the elevator. And as you get off, they get on. You see two Sin gentlemen, both a kind of a dark purpley color. It's slightly pointed ears, and one of them has black hair. One of them has kind of bluish hair, and they're in white uniforms. And they look stern and somewhat older. They look like they're dressed in possibly like military garb. They don't say anything to you, and they just walk on to the elevator.
And they were already they were already there on that floor, and they're just on their way down.
They were already there on the penthouse floor, and it looked like they were waiting for the elevator. You almost didn't even notice them until you started to walk out, and then as you like started to walk out, they were walking towards the lift. And as soon as you cleared, they get on.
Okay. I'll just hit before I'm already out. Never mind.
No?
Gotcha. I mean, if I'm
You-
already out of the elevator, I was gonna say I'd hit all the buttons so they stop at every floor on the way down.
Oh, yeah, yeah. um, go ahead and here we'll do this. Roll a dexterity check. We'll
I
see.
have that.
You just quickly notice them. We'll see if you have if you have time to hit the buttons. No,
you have time to be an asshole.
you kind of like put your arm back, and it like you realize you're not gonna do it. And your arm just kind of smacks against the door, and the guy with the guy with the blue hair like kind of like looks down at you, and he gives you this look, this weird look, and then he says, "Be careful." And he gets into the elevator. And then the door shuts, and it looks like it's going back down. There's, as far as you know, there's nowhere else for it to go. There's no up from here.
Gotcha. Okay.
And you've realized that you're standing in just a little like foyer area between the lift doors and what is the single penthouse, like a big double door. So it looks like that's the only, this elevator went directly to the one suite up here.
Nice. Okay. So either they were waiting or they were already talking to Jake. Right.
So now it's just the two of you, and you're kind of in this. It's like pretty big, like it's like about a 20 by 20 foot like foyer area. It's like nice and carpeted and stuff. And there's only one other door here. It's just like a great big like double door, looking pretty fancy. Labeled the penthouse on the door.
Yeah. Cool. I'll just walk up and knock, I guess.
Should just give it a traditional knock.
Uh, yes.
Okay. You walk up, you give it a traditional knock, knock, knock on the door, and it takes a moment, but you hear a voice, and it sounds like Jake, and he says, who is it?"
This is Thiwar. We spoke earlier at the interview.
Wait, did you call yourself the War?
Nah, I would have said I'm awake. I'm awake this session. No, I would have said Hans.
Yeah. Uh, yes, yeah. Oh, Hans, yes. Give me just a second here. After about a minute, the door opens. Hey there. Hi. Ah, come on in. Where are my manners? Hey, how are you doing? Hans Proner. And, uh, crime, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh,
Everything all right, Jake?
yeah, everything's great. Everything's great. Sit down. Have a. Would you? Can I get you? Can I get you a drink? Anything?
Um, sure. If you have lemonade, that would be perfect.
I have no idea what that is, but we'll see if the computer knows.
I'll have a tall glass of milk.
All right. Well, what kind of milk probably depends on what kind of creatures are, living in this system to be milked. So that should be interesting. Yeah, let's get some drinks here. So Jake grabs you some drinks. He gives Rhyme Crime or Ren a what looks to be kind of like a thick pinkish milk, and and he comes back with a little concoction that is also pink for Thawar or Hans. It's got a little umbrella in it. He's like, this is yeah. Well, this is what the computer spit out here, so I hope that's to your liking. He has a glass of kind of a blue-looking, bubbly champagne type of a drink, and he seems to be kind of sipping it a lot. You've noticed that his demeanor has like
He's
changed.
super nervous about
He's
something.
like weird. Yeah. He had a completely different vibe when you talked to him earlier. So, what brings you boys around here tonight? Big race.
Yeah. Well, we were seeing if you might have any advice for some racers, given that you've been around the area.
Yeah, well, not really. I actually haven't been down to the strip myself. It's, well, it's yet to be revealed. So who knows? I haven't really gotten any, uh, anything that could help you guys. Do your best. Uh, I'm just the MC, just the host. I don't really know anything about this stuff anyway. You know?
Sure. Um, hmm,
Uh,
I need to check my notes for what I was even thinking of asking him last week.
Check your notes.
Oh.
While you're checking your notes, Solus is outside. He's outside the Grand Champion Hotel. He's been kind of checking people out, kind of, you know, seeing who's coming and going. And he's standing there, and lots of racers coming and going. And the first thing that really catches his eye as being somewhat out of the ordinary is that he sees two sin men appear. Now, he's seen, and you guys have seen, other sin here. There's like people of that species. But the thing that surprises him, or the thing that's different about these two guys, is that they're in some sort of a uniform that looks kind of like a military style uniform. And they don't look like racers. They aren't carrying themselves like racers. All the racer people they've been very casual, but these guys, they walk out of the Grand Champion Hotel and they're very like straight laced. And it's something that Solus kind of picks up on like immediately. He's like, "Oh, okay, that's interesting."
Okay. Do they look to be going in a specific direction or to a place?
So they walk straight out from the hotel, and it looks like they're going directly to this elevator. So it looks like there's about 50 feet between the front of the hotel and the elevator, and they're just kind of, so they end up having, because there's kind of people walking back and forth. It's like a street, but it's like a walking street. So there's like kind of people walking around the ring. So they end up having to walk kind of through a crowd of people. And you notice that when they do so, they don't stop. People
Of
walk
course.
around them, and they basically head right over to this elevator. So it's like, but the time that you have to kind of see them between the time that they get off out of the hotel and walk all the way over to the elevator is very short. It's like, like a minute, if that.
Okay, so they're going to go down. Um, if they're going to go down the elevator, so Solus is going to move towards the railing where it
Hmm.
peers down below
Okay.
and try to see if he can follow them. Not literally, but just like see where they're going.
Watch them go down. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So he kind of gets to the railing, and he kind of like he's kind of trying to nonchalantly watch them. The elevator goes all the way down to this bottom level where there are still handfuls of people kind of getting there and going into the pods, but the lines are really gone. It's just kind of the stragglers. And when they get down to that floor, they walk south. So they walk in this direction here, like straight down. So underneath the ring. So you kind of see, it looks like they're headed towards the main bays where like ships were showing up to this Luxi Liner place.
Okay. Hmm. I don't know if I would be able to follow them fast enough if I went down the elevators and went to the docking bays. It would also be kind of conspicuous. So, I think I'm going to wait a moment and see if they come back. See how long that they're at the docking bays from above, and if they come back with anyone.
Okay. So you're looking at that. Have you had time to review your notes, Garrett?
Yeah. So, so I guess, Jake, you've talked to a lot of the racers, I would assume. Is there anyone in particular that looks formidable or dangerous?
Yeah. As far as VIP racers that I've interviewed, anyway, I'd have to say that there are a couple that look pretty good. Ace Hollow and his sisters, they're a favorite. I actually think they came in a group with you, so you might have gotten to chat with them for a moment.
I see. And then, while he's responding, can I send a thought to Rhyme Crime / Ren? Um, Ren, what do you think of the sin being up here? Should we question him about it, or should I distract him and you take a look? That was with my helm of telepathy.
Yeah, yeah. Which Ren should be wearing his, so he should be technically able to give you a message back without speaking.
What's up now?
I basically asked with my helm of telepathy in this conversation if you think he's being suspicious about these sin people, and if you want me to distract him so you can look around a little bit.
Hmm.
Or do you think it's not worth it and I don't know.
I'm personally, my head's on the race. There's too much anticipation. I can't go skulking this guy now.
Gotcha.
Are you gonna bring anything up to him?
Yeah, maybe as we're leaving. Say, Jake, there was some two formidable looking fellas out in that hallway. Are they racers too?
Yeah.
Oh, but just one more thing.
Yeah.
Now, have you seen the what's it called? Detective Columbo. That's what I felt like Garrett just did
Columbo
right
Law.
there.
Oh.
You've been in an accident involving a large
Yeah,
truck.
I guess. Oh yeah.
Those two gentlemen
By the
walking
way,
up there.
just one more
Are they
thing
racist?
before we go.
Okay, I got it now. Just one more thing. So you do the Columbo, and Jake says, you saw those guys, did ya? Uh, follow me. I want to show you the beautiful view from the roof.
So I could push you off the balcony
Yeah.
for asking me that question.
Jake he walks through. He kind of walks to where there's like some big bay windows, and there's like kind of a you can see a lot of these like big windows, and one of them kind of slides open, and there's a balcony, right? The Similar to yours, but it's really big. It goes across the whole front of this building, and he walks out onto the balcony. Do you follow him out?
I'm actually, what I want to do is follow him out, and if I can, uh, cast suggestion and say, actually, Jake, I think you really want to tell me about why those two fellas were up here.
Yeah, I do, but I also want you to see this really good view.
Okay, I will walk out.
Does Ren walk out as well?
Amazing view.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
He Drake walks all the way over to this one end, and you see there's a ladder. And it's like a 20-foot ladder up to the top of the building. And Jake starts to like climb the ladder. And it doesn't look like a regular, because there's like no elevator, there's no step. It's a ladder. It looks like a maintenance ladder or something. And he starts to like climb to the top of the building. And he's like, "It's really beautiful." And he climbs up to the top and like climbs over onto the top of the building.
I'll say to Ren, he's either trying to show us something in secret or he's trying to kill us. I'm fine with going.
Yeah, I planned on following up.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I got a jetpack on. We're good.
All right, you're catching me though. If we're falling.
Is this the part where Mace Windu loses his arm? Because
So you
This is
you
the part where he
climb up
finishes.
this ladder, and you're like on the top of the building, and it's like once you get up there, you realize that there is a kind of a cool view up here, but it's not that much better than the view from the the balcony.
we
Mhm.
And it's like it's not finished up here. Like you're definitely like not meant to be up here. And there's kind of this like humming, there's like noise up here. And he kind of like looks around. He kind of like he peeks around some things, and he goes, "Okay, I think it's safe. You wanted to know about those two guys. They they came here. Well, they came here asking me about something. They came here asking me about my brother."
Interesting. And did you tell them anything about your brother?
I told them I didn't know where my brother was, which is the truth. But, well, you see, there was an interesting interview. The various media organizations, well, they're already starting to play it. And I think it's what I think it's what happened. It's why they came and why they were asking me. He takes a thing out of his pocket. It's like one of those little mini multi computers. And he presses a button on it.
My name is Solus. If I should win the race, I will claim the Gengar won. I'll present it to my hero, Drake Tungsten.
Did you hear that?
No.
nobody
Ah!
heard that.
That didn't
I thought
come
you might have
through
been
for
doing
you
something
guys?
for the
No.
stream.
No,
No.
nobody heard anything at all.
Shit! I think the
Because-
stream. I think the stream
because-
probably did hear it, but you guys didn't.
Because yeah, no.
I think I know what it is, though.
Yeah, damn it. Okay, so yeah, you do know what it is. It was because I don't know how to play it to make it play on Discord. I thought that you guys were
Is it a
going to
clip that you
hear
can
that.
put into? Is it a clip that you can put into the into our private chat?
It
that we can
is.
play?
Well, it's
That-
yeah. I mean, it's ish. Yeah, it's right there. So
Right.
that
Where?
did I not? Oh, there.
My name is Solus. If I should win the race, I will claim the Gengar 1. I'll present it to my hero,
Well, fuck.
Drake Tungsten. Whoops.
Yeah.
Oh. Huh. Yeah, I guess that, I guess he did say that, didn't he?
So wait, I'm confused. Is this Drake guy a fugitive or something?
What's that?
My name is Solus. If I should win the race,
I said, oh.
claim the Gengar 1. I'll present it to my hero, Drake Tungsten.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
So your question was
Solus.
I said,
Dude, what?
is this
You're-
Drake Tungsten guy a fugitive? Does it matter or what?
Are you asking me as the DM or are you asking Jake?
I'm asking him that.
Oh, well, after that whole business with the well, you know, all that stuff that happened with Drake and the big robot and the princess dying and the prince being, well, crazy as hell. When he took things over, Drake kind of disappeared. There's no official bounty on his head, but well, I think it's safe to say they're still looking for him. Is my brother here?
The name is Solus.
Right.
Jake, please.
Jay.
I can only hear my own voice so many times.
All I still hear after that is, "You killed my father."
Yeah.
No. My father.
Jake's like, this damn thing won't turn off.
Well, Jake, would you rather not know for your own safety?
Well, I'm not worried about my safety. I'm more worried about his. And I'm worried about what he's doing here. Do you know what he's doing here?
Well, if that guy said he's going to present his ship to him, then I can only imagine he's here for one reason.
Pick up bitches.
Yeah,
The same reason that all of us are here.
that's what I was afraid of. Well, they're looking for him. And well, they're looking at that team. It's quite an unusual team of racers.
Oh fuck, that's my team.
There's one with a horse. This guy,
Forget every time.
this guy doesn't even wear shoes. I don't know what Drakey's got himself involved in, but I know it ain't good.
I see. Well, we might be able to keep an extra eye on him. You know, make sure he stays safe out there. But you're confident the Sin fellows that were here are very interested in that crew and only that crew.
That's all they asked me about, is this Solus person and his team. They seem to, well, I guess rightly believe that he is somehow affiliated with my brother. Do you know this Solus individual?
I think I knew a Solus back in school.
Yeah, no, he's just my brother.
Oh no,
Technically-
that was Celeste.
Come to think of it, you do look a lot like this guy. Well,
Maybe it's my long lost brother or something.
well, you're really racing, right?
Yes. Racing to
Okay.
win.
All right. Well, I'll certainly be rooting for you myself. And if you see my brother around here, well, tell him to get lost and tell him I said hey.
Need to get
And
lost.
Make like a tree.
Get out of here. So, speaking of Solus, Solus is he's continuing to watch those guys, and he watches them all the way till they get to some doors way down here that, again, it does seem like they're headed at least in the general direction of the docking bay. Right about that time, Solus is trying to decide, like, oh, should I go down the elevator to check it out? Should I hang out here? He's trying to decide like what he wants to do. And as he's standing there, he feels, because Solus, he's a sensitive guy. He's rarely, if ever, surprised. He feels a presence that has kind of that's like behind him. He feels like somebody like standing right behind him.
Standing
Obi-Wan.
right behind me.
It's Obi-Wan
Yeah.
Kenobi. It's a
Yeah,
presence
like
he hasn't
literally
felt.
standing right behind you.
Presence I haven't felt since.
Somebody kind of like snuck up on you, but you like feel that they're like right there as you're kind of looking over the railing.
I'm gonna glance over my shoulder. What do I see?
You glance over your shoulder and you see a cat
Oh.
person.
This is not what I was expecting.
Oh. Yeah.
You look back and you're very surprised. And
Yeah, That's not what anybody on you. Come on, that's actually what everybody on YouTube was expecting. Come
Yeah.
on.
Really.
She
We finally
she
got our cat girl.
she slides down onto the railing, kind of like puts her arm on the railing and kind of slides right up close to you, and she says, "Well, hello."
That did not sound like a cat person.
You gotta put some meows in there.
Mew.
Oh, God. Hello there. Can I help you?
You are a warrior.
Not the only one here.
No, but maybe the most interesting.
And why is
My
that?
name is Loris Rain. And you're interesting.
You're interesting yourself.
I'm sorry, but that was the most soulless thing ever. You're interesting. You're interesting yourself.
And you're a racer.
Yes. Yes, I am. You are as well?
Sure. I'm anything you want me to be.
Oh God.
I have a room
Oh God.
here at the Grand Champion Hotel. Would you like to join me?
No, I'm
No,
good.
but I think we'd have so much in common. You wouldn't want to join me?
I have business to attend to. I can stop by later if you need something. But I'm a busy man. I'm about to leave. It's
Where are
very
you
nice to
going?
meet you, Loris Rain.
Where are you
I have to
going?
meet up with my crew. I have to see where my crew have gone. It's getting late, and we need to be very prepared for tomorrow.
Prepared for tomorrow. Oh, yes, the race. Ah, where are your crew staying?
In the lodging below. We don't have any
Ah,
fancy rooms
I
like you do.
see. Well, then, maybe I'll see you again, Solus.
Maybe so. It was nice to meet you, Miss Rain. I'll be on my way.
Okay. She seems kind of put off, a little bit disappointed. Does Solus stay put, or what does he do?
He's going to stay put for the moment and then start walking around somewhere far away from the Grand Champion Hotel.
Okay.
In fact, he would probably walk by and see Mary and Derek here, right?
Okay. So you start walking around the thing, and you notice that she's like following you, kind of poorly. You think that she thinks that she's doing a good job, but
Mm.
like she's clearly like if you walk over and you're like kind of headed towards the golden cup, she's kind of back here, but you can see that she's like trying to inconspicuously follow you, but she's just Yeah, she's doing a bad job of it. She's keeping you in vision, like in sight range.
Can I use my mystic abilities to deftly evade her pursuit?
You might
I
not have
mean,
to even use your mystic abilities to do that.
yeah, I mean, you're getting the idea that she said that she was a warrior, but like you're thinking that that's not true. That she's not a
I,
warrior.
I think that she's a woman of the night. If I had any inclinations,
Yeah, you're not sure what's going on with this woman. She's definitely given off some weird vibes. Um, but yeah, go ahead and just make an acrobatics check. We'll see if you can kind of weave interesting patterns through the crowd and
Oh my
pain.
god.
It's pain.
Oh my
so
god. What the hell?
so Solus, he like tries to do some fancy stuff in the crowd and he ends up miscalculating and bumping in to this guy who's like holding this big cross stick, and it's got like all these like food items hanging from it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But it's like all fancy looking. And he bumps into this guy, and this thing that the guy has, it's like a 10-foot pole with all this stuff hanging out, and the pole clatters and like bangs into a bunch of people. It literally knocks down like 10 people. Like there's all these people, and it's like it causes this huge scene. Mary, who is standing in front of the golden cup, is immediately like, what the hell is going on? Like she didn't even realize that Solus was around, and she hears all this clatter, turns around to see this absolute chaos. Solus just on the ground, like with this guy and all these people.
Mary, who is a who you know, Mary's gonna run over to try to help. She's not gonna try to help Solus. She's actually gonna. She knows what Solus does. She's gonna try to help the guy up.
Okay. So you're trying to help this guy. The guy's like, he's
Are
like,
you all
oh,
right? Are you okay?
well, I dropped all my food stuffs. You owe me lots of credits. Get away from me. Oh, this is a disaster. He's like trying to like get his stick restocked.
Mary's actually trying to help him. Solus, what are you doing sitting there? Help this man.
But my bad, sir. Please let me help you here.
Uh,
Very awkwardly going to bend over and help this man.
Cameron, go ahead and have Solus make a saving throw versus spells.
Sure.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's looking
Uh,
bad.
so this incredibly stressful and weird moment has activated the curse.
Oh no. Wow, it's actually been so long since the curse. I was not ready for this.
Not ready at all.
Oh. Uh, 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 and I guess I'm just like absolutely fumbling while I'm trying to help this guy.
Oh, is the curse of him not being able to talk?
Yeah, it's the curse of him, or he technically, if you recall, he can talk, but it's like,
Oh, it's the.
yeah, it's like
Curse
the,
of massive autism.
yeah, it's like, you were, yeah. Now Mary was around for that. Mary remembers
Yes.
old Solus, so like
Mhm.
she's gonna be like,
Oh
oh,
God. Oh my God. So once she gets this guy like once she gets him like kind of sorted, she's
Mhm.
gonna grab Solus and take him by the arm and be like, "Come on, let's get you back to the bunks. Let's get you back so you can rest up for tomorrow." So she's actually got Solus by the arm, and so she is now heading toward the closest elevator to get down to with Solus to get down to the racer dorms.
Okay, so that's this elevator right here. It's which is
Okay.
fairly close. Like it's
Okay.
within,
So
you know.
that's the plan for Mary and Solus. Or for
Okay.
Mary at least.
Yeah.
She's
All
gonna
right.
basically she's basically at this point dragging Solus because yeah. Hmm.
Okay. Is Solus just going willingly at this point with Mary?
Oh yeah, Solus wants to get out of the situation as
Yeah,
fast as
okay.
possible.
All right. All right. So they kind of
She
move.
she's kind of like, there, calm down, it'll be okay. Does Mary remember how long this lasts? Has she seen the curse?
It's a yeah,
Can
it's
or can she actually make an educated guess on it?
it's been so long, and the thing is it's like it's this isn't it's such an uncommon occurrence. Usually it happens like when things are crazy, and it's only happened a couple of times, and it's been a really long time since it's happened, or at least since she's witnessed it. So it's like she's not really sure.
Okay. So yeah, she's basically gonna try to get him a into one of the she's she's gonna ask him. Actually, once they get onto the elevator and they're
Hmm.
there on the elevator, she's gonna basically turn him around to face him and be like, "Did you go to the dorm and pick a bed?"
Uh, uh,
Okay, we'll get you a bed and we'll get you settled.
So you're able to get Solus down into the racer dorms, and by the time you've picked out a dorm and gotten settled down there, Solus starts to mellow out and returns to his normal self.
Ugh, that was
We
awful.
just lost Harro.
Oh, rip.
What happened?
He should be back soon.
And I start looking over my shoulder and it's like I was being followed.
You were being followed by what? Or who?
Well, first, I was just watching people to see if there were any interesting competitors to look out for. But then, these two Sin military guys,
Oh my.
they came out of the hotel where Ren and Thiwar are staying. And then when I was trying to watch as they went down the elevator to the docking bay downstairs, there was this woman that was behind me. And she seemed oddly interested in what I was doing. And she started following me. So I was trying to get away. And
Can
that's when I
you
ran into the ramen guy.
can you tell me what this woman looked like?
She had ears like a feline.
Interesting. Do
I
you
don't think
think
she was a racer,
do
and
you
I don't
think
think she's a warrior either.
do you think that she was a do you think that she was planted by the sin to keep an eye on us?
I don't know. She didn't look like she was with the Sin.
Mm.
And if she was doing a really bad job.
Well, keep an eye out. Be mindful, but it is late. We have to go down to the race tomorrow. You should stay here and get some rest. I think that I'm going to do the same.
Okay. If you see any of my teammates, tell them
I
that I'm here, and I'll probably be here for the rest of the night.
I'll let them know if I see anybody. God knows what some of them are getting themselves into. That Rumby.
Yeah,
Montoya, my god.
especially.
Well, good morrow. I will see you bright and early.
Yeah. Good luck.
Okay, so Mary and Solus then have turned in, essentially.
Basically.
Okay. All right. So the two of them have turned in. Kegel, we haven't had Kegel in a long time. Kegel has gone over and she's checking out this double dash drop amusement park and fun center because it's got these train things like flying all like they're full of people and they're like speeding around the buildings and the people are like screaming and it seems like chaos, but it seems like pretty wild.
Yeah. Keegan's gonna like look around.
It seems that yeah, people are riding these rides. Racers are riding these rides, and
So it's like a ride place, like a amusement park type of place.
it is literally like these two tall towers, and it's like a vertically built amusement park. So it's like these two towers, and then there are several tracks like kind of wrapped around the towers and doing loop-de-loops and all this stuff that are like roller coasters. But then there are other rides like hanging off the towers, like spinning. It's basically this great big vertical amusement park, and it sounds like an amusement park. You hear the like the as people kind of rush by the all the crazy sounds. People are eating weird foods, and it seems
Oh,
like racers are just having a great time over here. But also, there's lots of like interesting mechanics, which is what drew you to this place, is because there's all kinds of weird
is there
mechanics.
like a central point or anything, or is it just like each individual like ride or each individual attraction are is like is mechanically driven by itself?
Yeah, it seems like I mean, obviously they're all built on the buildings, but yeah, it seems from what you can tell, each one is mechanically driven. But you're outside. You can obviously what you can tell is that people are going into the buildings in order
Oh, I'm
to.
going into the building.
Okay, if you go into the building, then you can see that the way that it seems to function is that people are going up to these little kiosks and they are, you know, you assume they're making some kind of transaction, and then they get into a line and they go up, generally up kind of some sort of elevator, escalator, or whatever to get to the start of the ride that they eventually will get on. So that's kind of what you're seeing.
I'm just gonna try to like follow someone up to a ride.
So as you start going on to the ride, you see that the people are scanning their hands to get onto the ride. You're obviously very little. They scan their
Yeah.
hand, and there's like, are you gonna try and like sneak on to a ride?
Yeah, I mean, or am I
Okay.
too small to ride? That kind of.
Well, here's the thing. There's no actual manned person. So you figure if you get next to a big person, when they scan their hand, if you can kind of slip through in with their feet through this little field thing that comes on and off, you might be able to do it. You might be able to kind of slip in if you want to try that to get on
I would
to
definitely
a
try it. I want to get on a ride if I can.
All right. So you're like looking around, you just pick one and you kind of get into the line and kind of by this big dude with an elephant head. It's like a great big like 8 foot guy, big like chunky elephant legs, and you're like right there by him. Go ahead and make a dexterity check.
Okay. Dexterity check. Dexterity check. Damn it. Dexterity check. I can't even see. There we go.
I can't see.
I can't. I know you're gonna say that.
So you try to get into a ride and you try and stick real close to this guy, but as you're trying to get into the ride, you get rebuffed by this little force field. It like kicks you back and you're like,
How
crap.
hard?
Not super hard, but hard enough to make you like fall back on your butt.
Which is good. I mean, I'm trying to like understand the power of the force field and what's creating it.
Yeah, it seems to be like just some invisible force that is keeping you from going forward. Um, Possibly because you're not scanning your hand. That's like seems to be what everybody's like
Yeah, but
touching
do I
this
know
hand
where
thing.
the force field is, where it's coming from?
Somewhere it's being generated. You have to walk through this thing that looks like a portal, like a round doorway, and it's like when you're walking through that space, it's right there. It like pushed you back.
Okay. Um, I think I'll try to see if I can sneak on another ride.
All right,
I'll give it one more go.
you're like, okay, maybe a different one will do. You pick out another person to kind of cling on to, and go ahead and make another dexterity check. The same thing happens. You get
I
like
suck.
thrown back. This place sucks.
I'm basically going to be like, whatever, and then leave.
All right. You're like, wasn't worth my time anyway. Argyle, Chud, and Rumby have just finished making purchases, deals at the with Mildga, the dwarf, at this vintage weapon and antiquity shop. And yeah, they've left that area and are now out on the ring.
Argyle was walking around the ring, and something caught his eye at the Red Light Arcade.
Something did, for sure.
Oh yeah.
So what is the Red Light Arcade?
The Red Light Arcade. So Argyle walks by this building and it's like red and black. And it's got kind of these red lights, but it's other than saying the Red Light Arcade. It doesn't have any other markings on it and you can't see inside. But every now and again people go in or come out.
Oh, so there's no noise coming from this?
This one does not have any noise coming from it, no.
Oh, okay. So no, so he's gonna keep walking. Okay. So I was focused on arcade, not red light. I know what this is. Ar- Argyle's gonna keep walking.
Yeah. If you're if
I
he's
was focused on the wrong word. So actually,
yeah, if
he
he's
goes past
walking
this
in
thing,
this direction, basically these two buildings,
mhm,
these these two buildings right here, there's
mhm,
virtually no sound coming from either of them. They're pretty enclosed.
okay.
Except for if he walks past this hollow sim place, there's lots of visuals of like exciting locations and like it's almost like a movie trailers playing on the side of this one here. But yeah, the Red Light Arcade doesn't have anything. Now further down, there's lots of noise
Yeah,
just
so if he
beyond the
gets
Red Light Arcade.
to the fun center, so what something may actually like attract him at the fun center. The whole double drop thing is not for him. He sees that and he's like, I don't want to be on that. No. Uh, he's not all keen. He's not too. He was never keen on the flying part of things anyway, and that's kind of high up. But the amusement park and fun center, where things might be lower to the ground, that might attract his eye.
Okay. So as Kegel finally, gets rebuffed by her second attempt at trying to sneak into the rides. She's coming back out, and there are other things down here. There's food inside. There are other weird types of games of chance. And that's when Argyle walks in as well. And Kegel and Argyle see each other amongst the lights and sounds and various things. There's all kinds of screens and pads and just various things. People are doing various things down here. You even see some things that you kind of are familiar with. For example, you see that there is a line up to this meter. It looks like a meter, and each person has this hammer. You get this hammer, and it's like a test your strength sort of thing, and like so people are like hitting the thing, and the meter's like going up.
Argyle is gonna go over to that. That's what that is what catches Argyle's eye. He's gonna
Okay.
go over to that. Yes. Oh hey. Kegel. You wanna watch me do this?
No.
Okay. So Argyle's gonna get in line, I guess.
Okay. So Argyle gets in the line and he like is watching each person, and with for each person, when they get up to the front, they scan their hand. And then when they scan their hand, a hammer appears. And then they like use the hammer and the meter thing goes. And then the hammer disappears. And then they go. So Argyle gets like the guy before him goes and like he's kind of a weakling. It only goes like halfway up. He's like a human. That guy's like, oh, well, damn. And he kind of looks back at Argyle and then he shuffles away. And Argyle gets up to the front.
Argyle looks at the thing. He looks at looks at the scanner, and is like, he's put together that scanning your hand makes a hammer appear.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not going to scan his hand. He looks back and says to the guy behind him and says, "I don't need that hammer." And he pulls back and he pulls it out and he says, "I brought my own."
As soon as he says that, like the people in line go, "Oh!" and everybody kind of moves back.
So Argyle takes it and winds up. He actually does the whole thing where he's like, he he's careful. He's like, boom. He's kind of doing that thing. Where he's you know
All right.
getting ready.
Have you already set this up for as an attack on your character sheet?
Hold on.
Because if you
Okay,
have,
so
then just go ahead
so
and roll the
I
attack, I guess.
I have the Grand Hammer. I've got damage dice set up, but I don't have like any effects or anything like that.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not worried about effects. As long as
Okay.
you have the basic stuff set up, it should work.
Mm-hmm. I have it. I have it.
Mm.
So Argyle takes a couple those, and then he comes back. He pulls it back. He lets loose.
It would have been
slams.
hilarious if because it was like on that 20.
I know it was.
It
on
like
that
rolled
20.
right over.
I know. I watched it. I was like, "Come on, come on." That would have been great.
So
he takes. Yeah, he takes.
He
He takes a
winds
swing.
back and swings this thing. He hits the spot. Obviously, he doesn't miss. AC 8, still a hit on. It's not going anywhere.
Non-moving on a
non-moving
target.
Target. Yeah.
Yeah.
Smacks this thing. Literally pushes this pad down through the floor. And now there's a hole, and actually the whole structure, the meter and all, just goes down into this hole in front of Argyle, and it's like this, maybe about like a 4-foot, like section of floor, just like all the way through the floor. The whole thing comes down. Pieces of the ceiling fall down. A bunch of people go running. And
Argyle looks down through the hole and he yells, "Did I win?"
and immediately you're surrounded by robotic staff that's asking you, "Are you okay? Sir, are you okay? Are you okay?"
Yes.
It's like these weird little robots, and they're like, "What happened? Everyone calm down."
Did I win?
Win?
Yeah, did I win? Did I get a prize?
You've destroyed the structural integrity of the game.
Wasn't that the point? I won. Give me a prize.
I don't think you understand, sir. These robots are like trying to clean this thing up. They're like putting tape around the thing. Like they're making it a little like construction zone and like moving people away. They're like moving Argyle away. And
Where's my prize? This is the chip. I think I should have won something.
is Kegel still hanging out, by the way? Or has she slipped away in all the confusion? Jay? Jay.
I think Jay actually slipped away in all the confusion.
It's very possible.
Yeah. What was that?
I was asking after
Dozed off.
did you just say you dozed off?
Yeah.
Oh damn. Argyle just destroyed one of these games by using his own hammer to do the test of strength, and he knocked the entire apparatus through the floor. And now these little robot staff are coming around to cordon off the area and ask people if they're okay and kind of push people away. Is Kegel like just hanging out watching the whole thing, or is she like taking it? Is she
Kegel-
splitting? What's she doing?
I guess if Kegel's over there, she's going to kind of try to figure out, like, see if there's any like broken pieces, or see if there's anything that she can like get her little grubby hands on that are parts of anything.
Well, there's a great big hole in the floor, or at least there's about a 4-foot hole in the floor. All the stuff
She can
fell
jump
through the
into
floor.
hole.
Is Kegel gonna go down into the hole?
Yes.
All right. While these guys are dealing with Argyle sees Kegel slip down into the hole.
Oh, that figures.
There's a way, because the meter thing is kind of like, it's this tall thing, you're able to kind of get to the top of that and then slide down. And there's all kinds of components down here. You're just not sure how you're going to get them out of here.
Argyle is still arguing with these robots about his prize. He's going to continue to argue with these robots.
He's
that
gonna
he
get
wants
that
a
prize, goddammit.
He wants the prize.
I'm going to end up. I'm seeing if I can figure anything or pull anything loose, basically.
Go ahead and make an intelligence check. See if you can find anything that might kind of like just decouple or detach easily without breaking it off, that you might be able to salvage. Your time spent with the janky jankies did you well.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll a D6.
Damn, I need to do that.
You're only able to get one piece really before these like robot things start coming down, but the piece that you're able to get is, you believe, a large portion of the main computer. So you think you have at least a portion of the computer. It's kind of big, so it's like bulky and sticking out of your pack, but you got it.
I'm definitely all right. I'll get out of there.
All right, you climb back out, trying to look not suspicious. Argyle is still arguing with these robots about his prize, and it doesn't seem to
I
be
wanna.
getting anywhere.
He's asking the robots. He wants to talk to the person in charge.
He wants to talk to the person in charge.
Yes.
That immediately triggers the robot to say, I'll have to get my manager. Please step over here, sir. And after a little while, a kind of nervous-looking little halfling shows up in a suit, Laputin, and he says, I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience, sir. What can I do to make your experience better?
I won.
I
So I want my prize.
what did you win, sir?
The strength contest. And he points over at the thing.
He like looks out the hole. He looks back at you. Oh my word. Okay.
So Argyle at this point, because this is the Lopiton, this is the short guy. Argyle's pretty tall. Argyle gets down on one knee so that he can get really close to his face
Proposes.
and looks at him and says, "All I want is my prize for winning."
Okay. Excuse me for just a moment. The halfling walks over to one of the bots. The bot flies down into the hole, and when it comes back up, it hands something to the guy, and the guy walks back over to Argyle, and he hands him what looks like maybe about a pretty decent size, maybe about a foot long.
Oh God!
Stuff.
Is it a BMT?
It's a stuffed red speedster with
Wait a minute.
eyes and a smiley mouth. Like it's a stuffed animal car.
Wait a minute. It's McQueen. It's the McQueen car from fucking
Kinda.
Cars?
Yeah, essentially. Like a stuffed version. Yes, it's basically like McQueen from Cars, but stuffed. And it's decent size. It's like about a foot. It's like pretty big.
Argyle thinks that this is the best goddamn prize ever. He takes this thing, he takes the Lopiton's hand, he shakes the Lopiton's hand vigorously, and
I bet he
has
does.
a huge smile on his face and is thanking him because in his mind, this is a rare object that he can take back to his world and present to his wife.
I
Who will
mean,
love it.
he's
In
certainly
his
never
mind,
owned. He's certainly never owned an object like this before. It is pretty
no.
fantastic, and it's also it's one of those like it's really soft. What do they call those like the ones the
Oh,
big ones that people love that are just like super fucking soft?
oh, they're squishy, or
Oh,
yeah,
Squishmallows?
Squishmallows. Yeah, it's like that. It's like what it's
Oh
like
God,
super squishy and super nice.
oh God, yeah, yeah.
And
Argyle is beyond himself at this point. he's actually he's this is the if anybody's around, this is the biggest smile that you've ever seen on Argyle's face, other than him getting married. This is like the happiest Argyle has been since he's been married.
Now that Argyle is kind of satiated, the robots are kind of pushing him out of the facility, and trying to be done with him.
Yeah. Argyle's not even paying attention. He's letting them just like push. Yeah, he doesn't care. He got what he came for. Argyle's happy.
Chud and Rumby also finished shopping at Milga's vintage weapon and antiquities shop. What did they do? Obviously, Argyle went to the crazy amusement park.
Rumby's like kind of just like walking around, trying to look suspicious. He's trying to make everyone think that he's like very important. He thinks he's very important.
What direction's he headed?
He's walking around in circles, like around the entire place.
So he's just
like
making
he's making laps.
he's
And
making laps.
He's making laps like he believes people are like watching him make laps because he's doing it for some special reason.
Okay. So he's kind of doing his laps around. What about Chud? Chud doing anything specific? Now that he's got his new armor.
Yeah, Chud's going to the arcade.
So, the arcade or the amusement park? Because the arcade is actually not an arcade at all. The Red Light Arcade is in fact an arcade of prostitution.
Oh, okay, then he'll go to the amusement park.
So Chud then probably witnessed all of the craziness that with Argyle and him is Chud also gonna try and play some games or
Yeah, I'll play some games. He just I didn't write down. I was unable last session because of the hard loading time on Roll20 to put down how much money Chud had. Let's just go ahead and spend all of it right now.
So Chud, I think Chud had 9,600 credits. Or not Chud. Yeah, Chud had like 9,600 credits. I think. I'm not
So
sure.
as many games we can play, and we're gonna try to make all that money turn into prizes.
Okay, so Chud is actually legitimately spending his money, like going in and trying to win prizes.
Yeah.
All right. So roll me like 3 dexterity checks. I heard Chud is really good at those games where the lights go around in circle and you have to jump like specific. When Harrison was like,
Pokeball.
Oh,
what is
yes,
that?
no.
Master Ball thing.
gosh,
You
When
have
he
to
was-
stop it like the millisecond the light
yeah,
lands
when
on
he
the
was a
thing.
kid, he could like just get it over and over and over. I like couldn't believe it. The tickets would just pour out of those fucking machines. Like if we went to Dave and Buster's or something, those things pretty
Let's go, Harro.
pretty good
I'm
stuff.
quite good at arcade games.
Yeah. So in the beginning, Chud's kind of sucking ass. He's walking around trying to get used to the games. But then he starts to have an upturn, and he starts to figure out, okay, these are the games that I'm good at, this sort of thing. Also, in here, he's getting stopped a lot because people want to pet his horse. Like, people want to, like get around like heroes, and they're doing that, such a beautiful animal.
Shoot, 100 credits. No, that's not something Chubb would do. He's too
Yeah,
good for that.
yeah. You might even have some people that are interested in your horse for other weird reasons, like it looks tasty, or other things, because weird alien species, you never know. But yeah, things are starting to look good. Rumby is walking around the perimeter, and he's walking around, and after a little bit, Rumby feels like there's somebody walking the perimeter with him.
That's what Rumby wanted.
It's
Rumby's hoping he can get a crowd mentality in his brain, usually because he believes that like if he just keeps walking in circles, everyone will start following him walking in circles.
So far, it's only this one person. It's this unusual looking female with cat ears. And as you walk, she seems like she's trying to get closer and closer to you until she's walking beside you. Like right beside you.
Is she hot?
She is
You know what she looks like.
yeah, she's that.
No, Jay doesn't know what she looks like because he's forgotten already.
Yeah, he's forgotten already.
True.
So, if you're into that kind of thing, then yeah, sure, she's hot.
Oh,
Yeah. So she's walking next to Rumby, and she says, "What are you doing? I've seen you made several laps already."
if you don't know already, just keep following. You'll figure it out here soon.
Uh, will I?
Well, you started following.
Why are you doing this again? No?
If
Nothing?
you walk it, they will come.
Who will come?
They will. Have you ever been to the end of the universe?
Wow.
The end? Uh, no.
I have. Multiple times.
Are you okay?
I'm perfectly sound.
I'm interested in you, but not just in you.
Why? I swing that way.
I'm interested in your team.
I can do teams.
Oh God.
I tried to talk to one of your teammates earlier. A man named
He's-
Solus.
He's just as fucking weird as you.
I've been looking for all of you.
Oh,
There's
what
one
was
that
his name again?
I talked to, one
My
called
name
Solus.
Solus.
Yes, that's the one. There are two others, Argyle and Chud. Your friends.
Yes, they are my friends. Would you
Why
like to
are you-
meet them?
I would. I would very much like to meet them. But we don't have much time. The race is in the morning.
I didn't say you would meet them. I'd asked if you'd like to meet them.
All right.
You don't understand, do you? Just
I'm
follow me. I'm gonna go take her to Argyle.
All right. So you're walking around. What is Argyle doing after he leaves the
Argyle is so happy. He's accomplished his goal. He got a new weapon, and he got a unique to him prize.
Mhm.
So he is heading back to the dorm. He's decided that yes, he's you know he's accomplished his goal here, but yes, tomorrow's going to be an early day. He does need to get back to the dorm. So
All right.
he's headed toward an elevator.
Okay. And Rumby his pace is brisk, right?
Yes. I'm
All
I'm
right.
trying to either whoever I find first. But
All right.
most likely I'm looking for Argyle.
Yeah, since Argyle is headed to the elevator, it is likely that you would run into Argyle first, since he's kind of out on the ring. So you're walking around, and Argyle's like getting ready to get on the elevator.
Keel will
As
probably be getting on the elevator too.
Oh, yeah, okay. So Kegel and Argyle getting ready to get on the elevator, and they see Rumby and this cat girl just walking very briskly towards them.
Oh, come on, Kegel. He's coming. We need to get on this elevator now. Even Argyle is like, this guy is stupid.
Because it's getting later, the elevators are kind of a wait, so people are like, it's like, how it gets when things get busy. You're like kind of waiting, and before you know it, they're right there.
Hey Argyle. Hey
Yeah.
Keel. She wants to do a team thing. You up for doing the team thing? She wants to go
Argyle?
to the end of the universe.
Argyle.
What?
You want to do what?
And who is this now? Wait. The I'm Loris Rain. It's nice to meet you, Argyle.
Are you a fan?
Yes. Yes, I am a fan. And I'd like to meet your entire team.
Why?
Well, how would you like to be famous?
I'm already famous.
Oh, more than you know.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Kegel's going to basically say, there's famous and there's infamous. I like infamous.
Where is the knight? The one who rides the white mount?
I haven't seen him in a... How long has it been?
Probably not that long ago, because he
10
was
years.
he was heading into the amusement park as you were getting your stuff and leaving.
He went in there.
Oh, I see. um, Probably about this time, because Guthix is over at the Motorotorotaru. He was peeking his head in, and he has discovered heavy metal because the Motorotorotaru is a heavy metal club, and they're the currently Genghis Killmeister is playing. But also on the bill is Titan Hammer, and then headlining is Vor.
Headlining is who?
Vor.
Oh god.
Or
Don't look it up.
No, don't.
can't recommend it.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, Genghis Killmeister, Titan Hammer, and then Vor. I'm not sure if that's the type of music that Guthix would like or not.
Yeah, I'm actually about to figure that out. What should I roll for? I'll roll this. Heavy metal, you know.
Boy, that was almost a 19. You almost really like the heavy metal.
Yeah.
You know,
It's good.
It's very unusual for Guthix, but
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't mind it. You know, he can kind of see the appeal. So he's like, okay, cool. He highly doubts anyone that he knows, maybe Argyle, would be in this club, so he keeps
Yeah.
going on.
Since he doesn't stay for long, Guthix notices that there is a group over here of some of his companions kind of standing in front of Gigi's at the Luxi. They're talking to some cat lady.
Well, hello, everyone. How are you doing?
Oh, hey.
Well, this gets more
Look
interesting.
Look what I won.
Oh. What is that a tiny racer? Are you going to race with that?
It's a prize.
Are you eating peanut butter out of a jar?
Yeah, I am.
Sometimes
Super
you gotta do
bachelor
that.
life, man. Hell yeah. Dude, I am not a bachelor, and I eat peanut butter out of the jar.
I am a bachelor, and I don't eat peanut butter out of a jar.
Peanut butter out of a jar plus some bananas.
Or really anything that
quality.
goes with peanut butter.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
honestly.
Yeah, but yes,
the thing,
like,
too.
like
This
I
is
just don't eat peanut
crunchy.
butter by itself. What
This
kind
is
of peanut butter
crunchy
is it?
Crunchy peanut butter.
Yeah, I eat crunchy peanut. I got
Because
a big
Dan
jar of like
swallows the
crunchy
nuts.
peanut butter.
What?
like not.
Yeah, you
Never
like the
mind.
nuts.
You like those nuts. You like swallowing those nuts.
You like swallowing nuts whole.
All right.
Kind of have to. I mean,
All
that's
right.
the whole.
He
Anyway.
likes feeling the nuts in his mouth.
In any case, Argyle is showing off his special prize.
Showing
that-
off his
and,
nuts.
and he's like, I'm gonna take it home to my wife. Once we get home, she'll love it.
Oh, well, that'll be a lovely gift. That's great. Congratulations, Argyle.
You said
Argyle's also keeping an eye on the elevator, and when that elevator opens, he's going to go. He's not staying to talk to this woman.
yeah, yeah. Obviously. She is she's kind of like looking and she looks at Guthix and
This girl gives him the Gretchen vibe, and he doesn't like it.
yeah, gotcha. She looks at
And-
Guthix. She is giving off like a pretty weird vibe. She says, "And who are you?"
Well, hello. I am, you could say, companions of these fellows. My name is Guthix. Nice to meet you.
Guthix. Sorry, I'm Loris Rain. You are companions, but you're on a different team?
Yes, we know each other from some time back. It's nice to run into them again here. Are you a racer here as well? Are you will you be
No.
competing tomorrow?
No, I'm not a racer, and it's refreshing to talk to somebody who is not a complete moron.
Oh?
Yeah, because like, goddamn, between Solus and his
yeah, exactly.
and Rumpy and his end of the universe,
All my
and
tactics.
Argyle with the car.
Yeah. All of my tactics have failed so far because your friends are just. I really have no words for them. But
Ah, yes. They're quite an interesting bunch. Did you need something?
yes. In fact, how would you like me to buy you dinner at the Flavor Feast Tower?
Well, that sounds lovely. I have no objections.
You're all welcome. Argyle, Rumby, and what was your name again? She's like pointing at Kegel. You're welcome too, little one.
Oh no.
Oh.
What did you call me?
little one.
No, Argyle knows.
Magic missile.
Argyle is actually like stepping back at this point because he's like, no, oh no. Even Argyle won't call her that.
People actually did say, "What did you call me?"
Sorry, I didn't mean to offend. if I could just make it up to you by buying you dinner.
Make it up.
Yes. Come on. Come
It
with
just gets
us.
better and better.
And she starts to kind of make her way to the right here. Like she grabs Guthix by the hand and she's like pulling Guthix, and it seems like she's hoping others will follow.
See.
As soon as that door opens, Argyle's gone into the elevator.
Okay. So we're gonna say that the door opens up eventually, and
Mhm.
Argyle steps in, and Argyle
Yeah.
disappears. Does anyone else leave with Argyle?
I like free food.
All right. So
Yeah, it's free food.
all right. So
I mean, do we trust some person who's randomly buying us free food, or says they're giving us free food?
you're not really sure.
They can drug us. This could be a ploy to
Well,
get us out of the race.
she's saying she wants to take you to this Flavor Feast tower over here.
Yeah,
By
but
the
He wants to take us to Flavor Town. You're gonna object?
Flavor Town.
Yeah, but
By the way, Timmy has been hanging over here by this tower. Now, inside the tower are many restaurants, but you know what they also are? Bars.
Oh God.
Oh no.
And Timmy has realized that when you go into a bar with a bunch of drunk racers, that people are really generous. And so he's been kind of able to hang out in bars and drink for free when people are buying like rounds, a round on the house, or I mean a round of
Yeah.
drinks on me for the house. People are getting later at night, and people are in their party mode because, you know, the race is tomorrow. So Timmy's been able to imbibe, if that should be his want.
Well, I mean, when you put it like that, he suspects he was originally looking for specifically Ren, but anyone in his team. And he figures, the chances are they stumble upon in here aren't too bad, and he'll just wait to see someone and get some free drinks in the meantime.
And right about that time, the door opens, and in walks an exotic cat girl with Guthix, Rumby, and Kegel in tow. And she takes them to a booth, and when you get there, she says, well, this restaurant is a buffet. Are you all comfortable with that? You have no idea what the hell she's talking about.
Yeah, of course, that's perfectly fine.
You see those bars up there? Choose whatever you like. There's all kinds of a variety of food and drink. And you grab your foods, various and sundry strange foods and drinks, and you bring it back to the table. You eat for a little bit, and then she starts talking to Gothics. How did you come to be in this race?
Ah, well. Let's see. Let me look at the team real quick. Well, we of course have heard very much about the Luxi race, as it has been broadcast all across the systems, and we were very interested, particularly in the prize of the robot spaceship. We thought it could be a useful accommodation for our future adventures.
Future adventures? Tell me about that.
Well, we come from far away in space, and I have a personal mission. I'm something of a spiritual type, and I was shown the way of all life beings across the universe, and I knew that I had to go out and I had to experience it for myself. But we need appropriate accommodations, of course. And here we are.
So, your plan is to win the Gengar 1 spaceship and then use it to explore the galaxy?
Yes. That is
But
my
you-
plan, at least. I'm sure everyone has varying motives.
I see. Your group is an interesting group. So far, 2 teams. I guess I'll just get down to it, Gothics.
Wow. Ba-chicka-bow, ba-chicka-bow, wow. Ba-chicka-bow, ba-chicka-bow, wow.
You are friends with Solus, correct?
Solus, yes. I believe he is part of their group, is it not?
I've been
Yes.
following their
Yes, I'm
group
familiar.
most of the night because I really have one question. I'm thinking there's some sort of cultural difference. I can
I
tell
have
that.
the answer. Rumby's like, I have the answer.
Yes.
It's 42.
You mean like element 42?
You just don't understand.
Parents just don't understand.
Element. There are only 4.
Element
Never been to
42
the end
in
of
this
the universe.
universe, element 42 is the fuel that makes faster than light travel possible.
Ah. You could say it's the same in our universe.
So it's element 42. It's kind of like dilithium crystals or spice or whatever. It's like the thing that makes faster than light space travel possible.
Things that make us go.
Yeah, things
We
that
are
make us
smart.
go.
Hmm.
But
Excuse
she
me.
leans in and she says, "No, that's not the answer that I'm looking for. Because the question is, where is Drake Tungsten?"
Drake Tungsten. Wasn't he wrapped up in all of that sin war with the Daniels? Isn't that who Drake Tungsten is? Sounds familiar.
Oh, I think you know. I thought these others were putting on just kind of a dumb act, but I don't think it was an act. But you, now you're acting. You do know where
We're
Drake
just better
Tungsten is, don't
actors.
you?
We're just way better actors.
Miss Rain, was it?
Yes.
I'm not sure what you're getting at. What do you want with this Drake Tungsten fellow?
All right. All right. I'll tell you. I'm a reporter
Oh, no.
for Race Action 3. And this is my big scoop. I've seen all of the interviews early, and the buzz is around the interview of your friend Solus. But I tried to talk to him, and it was a disaster. It was almost like he couldn't even speak at one point.
Ah,
So,
yes, I do believe he's been known to do that.
so you do know Solus, you do know each other, you are from some far-off world, and you're in cahoots with Tungsten?
Now I can confirm everything except that last part, miss.
Can you tell me how to find him? An interview with Drake Tungsten?
Ah, I'm afraid I can't. Perhaps you'll just have to wait until after the race, miss. Maybe then your big scoop will have more weight.
Something going to happen? At the end of the race, if you win, are you going to hand it over to Drake in public?
Certainly not. I can guarantee that for sure. But I think once things are reaching their climax in terms of the end of the race, that is, um, perhaps Drake will make an appearance. Who's to say?
All right. I'll be watching out. Here. Here. Let me give you my contact information. Do you have your multi on you?
A little bit rudimentary, but yes.
Does Guthix have one?
Oh,
I don't
wait,
know.
Guthix probably wouldn't
I don't know
have
if
one. He might
Guthix.
be the only person that wouldn't have one.
Maybe I'm not sure.
So,
Rumby's got one.
yeah, Rumby's got one. Yeah,
Yeah.
in the group there. Actually, I think um, what's her face has one too. Kegel
Kegel?
might have one.
Does she? I feel like probably not.
Unfortunately,
I feel like only Rumby's got one.
I'm not very technologically inclined, as you might say.
Here.
Although I do believe one member of our group does have it. If you would like to exchange with them.
She like sighs heavily and she says, I'll transfer my information to his. And she looks over at Rumby. She like taps a couple of things and she's like, okay. I think I don't think I'm going to get anything more out of you, but I'll be watching you closely during the race.
Romy's gonna reach into his pouch, pull out an electrum, flip it to her, and wink.
she like looks at it for a second. She looks at it and then she smiles and she like kind of throws it up herself and catches it and puts it in her pocket and she's like and she winks back and she does like this thing and then she turns to leave.
Thank you for the dinner, Miss Rain. Wish us luck in the race, please.
Good luck. And she takes off. Now
That was interesting.
Thiwar and Ren are talked to Jake Tungsten on the roof. He doesn't really have anything else to say as far as his part goes. Unless you guys have anything else to say, he seems like he's kind of headed back down.
Nope, I don't think anything else for him.
So you go back down into Jake's room, and he wishes you luck for your race. Is there anything else that Ren and Thiwar wanted to do?
Yeah.
It's starting to get late.
Ren wants to go find Gigi, and he wants to get a song written featuring Rhyme Crime for a Hans Proner song with a rap verse for Rhyme Crime for the race.
Okay. So
If she could send that somehow to like my little watch or something, so that we could learn it and perform it during the race.
well, here's the question. You're in your like fancy room. Do you like do you actually go to find her, or do you just go into your room and say like computer, can you connect
shoot,
me
yeah.
with
I'll give her
like
a call then, yeah.
yeah, exactly. So you put your request to Gigi, who also tells you about the sin activity that she told Guthix about. She tells you that there's been sin activity in the Sharahin system where you guys were. So
Gazoon tight.
yeah, she informs you of that, and then she says, yeah, she knows the perfect one. She can bust a she can write a thing, and
She can bust a crime.
yeah, she can bust a rhyme, write a thing, and
Oh,
then she
bust
can
a
have
crime.
Bust some crime.
rhyme crime go ahead and just record remotely. It's easy enough. So you can do it right there in your suite, in the comforts, in this plush bathrobe. Go ahead and
Perfect. They might have a studio somewhere in this hotel or like in the town. There
see
probably is.
the thing is in a place like this, every place could be a studio.
Okay.
I mean, you're in this like fancy room, so it's got like nice acoustics and like a good, good audio quality and everything. So
An
go.
hour later, the film crew comes in to film the music video.
Yeah, exactly.
1 hour.
Again, you don't even need a
my
film
God.
crew. You just film it yourself, and the computer puts in whatever background it wants. It just has to like film the holograms of the two of you. So go ahead and if that is what is happening, both Thiwar and Ren, let's roll some charisma checks unless you have some
let me
other
run my PC.
skill that would benefit performance. It would just be a straight charisma.
I wanted to mention after Loris Rain left.
Yeah, Loris Rain.
I wanted to tell everyone since I was there discreetly what Gigi had told me.
Okay, okay. So you tell Rumby and Kegel.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, so Rhyme Crime nails his track immediately. He's able to like bust it out. Hans Proner is rusty. It's been a while. So go ahead and make another charisma check. You pull it back together, and with some artificial intelligence assistance, they get it to they squeeze it into a your GG working with you remotely. You know, you think you got a decent track with Rhyme Crime. What's this new joint this new Hans Proner joint featuring Rhyme Crime called?
Oh, wasn't this Dirt Roads and Rockets or something? I mean, we can change, but
Dirt Roads and Rockets?
Mhm.
Is that a reference that I don't
No, I'm
get?
just thinking cheesy country song, dirt roads and pickup trucks.
Dirt Roads and Rockets
Right.
featuring a
I'm a
rap
dirt
by Rhyme Crime.
rose and
God
rocket.
almighty, that sounds like a freaking Kid Rock song.
Yeah, dirty rose and rockets.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah, dirty
Dirt
rose and rockets.
Dirt Hose and Rockets.
Yep.
That's dirt, comma, hose, comma, and rockets.
There you go.
We'll
Yeah.
have to go back and see what you said because we already did announce it in the interview. The name of the song.
Yeah. I I think it was something along the lines of Dirt Roads and Rockets because you did say it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You did announce it. So I think that is right. So that's the new single, and Gigi is gonna get that on the airwaves pretty much immediately. Argyle obviously made his way back down to the racer dorms, and
Yep.
he is he's chilling there. Solus and Mary already crashed out. Uh, Thiwar and Ren, after a long night of busting rhymes and singing melodies, they it's late. They turned in, and everybody else of the people that were at the restaurant, Timmy, who's probably like just absolutely wasted, and Chud over here. Any late night shenanigans for anyone, or is everyone either going back to the racer dorms, trying to find an alternate room, or what's the deal? What's the dealio?
I think Chud's getting his rest for the race.
All right. Is is he going down into the racer dorms, or is Chud gonna try and find a spot at either the Road 50, the Flame and Throttle, or the Grand Champion?
Oh, I guess he earned himself some credits, didn't he? If he's got some left after playing games, then he'll try to head over to one of those places.
Yeah, well, it would be if you really had like 9,000 credits, it would be hard to like get
That'd
through
be
that
hard
with
to
just
get to
yeah,
spend it
yeah,
all.
that'd be hard to spend it all. So yeah, uh the uh the Road 50 is is a very tall, very cramped hotel, but your room is private. Uh, might not be the best for heroes. The Flame and Throttle Inn actually reminds Chud of an inn back on your world where they have like a restaurant and bar, and then there's places to stay. And the rooms here are much bigger. And apparently they can also accommodate your animal.
Perfect. I'm gonna have to drop off.
Gotcha. Is it good night?
Yeah, you can keep playing if you just random crap or whatever. But yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
10:30.
yeah,
So
we're
I
basically
gotta get up.
finishing up.
Yeah, I gotta get up at like 5:30. So
Cool. Well, good night then.
not really. No, it's not cool.
Oh yeah, well, I guess it's not. Yeah, yeah, I wouldn't want to do that either. All right, dude. Good night.
All right, night.
So, yeah, Chud finds a place at the Flame and Throttle, and Cameron's not back yet, but I'm gonna assume that everybody is probably just headed to the racer dorms after their feast and that sort of thing for the race. The race. And next time.
My name is Solus. If I should win the race, I will claim the Gengar won. I'll present it to my hero, Drake Tungsten.
Everywhere. That's everywhere. On
Drake
everybody's thing.
Drake Tungsten.
See, I had another one that I didn't because you couldn't just hear it, I didn't get to use it, but here there's the other one.
Can't hear it.
No, I put it in the chat.
Oh.
Drake Tungsten. Drake Tungsten.
I like how last week you
Drake
said,
Tungsten.
"Oh, we'll get to Anya and everybody next week." Nah, we didn't. We never.
Oh yeah. Anya, that's right. Anya and Sid.
Oh, God.
Down on the planet.
Drake Tungsten.
Yeah. So it's like I had to because I was gonna do like the clip and then after it do the Drake Tungsten. So it's really hammer it home. But that failed horribly. So yeah. Oh well. Man, Cameron must have I wonder if he was eating tacos, wasn't he? Didn't he
That's
say
true, yeah.
earlier he was eating tacos?
Yeah,
Oh
I think
my
he had to run to
goodness.
the border. Here
I
he
think
comes.
he had. Here we go. Here we go.
I think he had to run to the border.
What's up?
So I just assumed that after everybody ate and everything, your characters, Timmy and Guthix, were they headed back to the racer dorms?
Timmy and Guthix. Yeah, Timmy realized that he was pretty drunk and it was late, so the car upgrades were probably not going to happen. So he just called it a night, and Guthix had really no other business, I think, to do. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Cool,
send it.
cool. Well, Jay popped off. He had to go to sleep. So we're kind of got to the point where everyone is back at their racer dorms and or bless you, or the Grand Champion Hotel for next time in the morning.
But
The race begins.
It's not next week.
Not
Yeah,
next week.
Not
It'll be
next
gone,
week
but
apparently, but next time on Up and Away Nova Destiny, there will be the race, and that should be interesting. Next time, I don't know what we're gonna do. Next time, I guess next week we can finish up our dungeon game. if everybody else is going to be here, the the classic D&D dungeon game that we've been doing.
Oh yeah, that's right.
yeah,
We could do
yeah.
that, yeah.
I
Mhm.
think because if Jay's going to be on vacation, then that's probably the one to do. And I feel like the next one you could
Don't say it.
probably
Don't say
finish
it.
up that
Don't say it because God damn it. Every
Don't
time
say it.
don't
knock
say it
on
because you
wood.
know.
Knock on
'Cause I'm
wood.
telling you, it's been like, folks, it's been like this for like the last 30 years. Every time he says, next time I think you guys can finish this, 5 sessions later.
Yeah.
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 Though at some point I do, because I swear I wasn't sure if Harro was gonna show, so I was like, I actually do have at some point a Dungeon Crawl Classics as well. Oh, and the other thing that's interesting is for Nova Destiny or Up and Away, that main campaign, we're gonna hit 50 episodes.
Oh shit.
Probably sometime in November. We
Ah.
unless we have like some more missed weeks, but it's probably mid-November, but definitely before the end of the year we should hit our 50th episode. So that'll be of that particular campaign.
Which means we'll have almost as many episodes as we have subscribers.
Yes, it will. Speaking of that, if you're still here, hit that
Segue.
like button, subscribe to us. We desperately need it. And
Throw a
actually,
comment down. Hey,
we
throw a
don't
comment.
desperately need it. We don't actually really give a shit. But hey,
Yeah.
if you want to watch, it's cool.
Throw a comment
Yeah.
down there. Share the video if you really, really want to. Share it with your. I wouldn't say share it with your friends. Maybe share it with somebody you don't like.
Yeah. Don't it's share it to whoever. Let them figure it out. But
Mhm.
anyway, we have been the Dicks in the Dark. We'll see you in the next time.
Next.
Bye bye.
Wednesday.
Thanks for
Later,
coming.
folks. In the next time. Oh my god. The words are small, and I am getting old.
The words are small, and I am getting old. And the song's playing right now, so they can still hear us.